Hello and welcome to ThomasGeigerCar. Today with a very special version of the Porsche Cayenne. We all know the third generation and the recent facelift with new design, new powertrains, more electric power for the plug-in version and the new interior. But there was something missing. Since the GT version, the sporty top version, is not available in Europe anymore due to emission standards, Porsche promised to deliver something else, and now the engineers are getting ready to fulfill this promise. This is a prototype of the most powerful Porsche Cayenne ever. I assume it will be called Turbo E-Hybrid, and it has a plug-in hybrid with more than 700 horsepower and more than 900 Newton meters of torque. It is available as a coupe and as a standard model, and if you order the coupe you also get the GT package. Different suspension, different steering, more stands, and most of all, to show off, the new rear wing with these side plates and the carbon fiber roof. There is one downside, and that might be the price, because it's not only the most powerful and the fastest Cayenne with a hybrid, no, it might also be the most expensive one. In Europe it will cost 220,000 and above, because in Europe they're offering also a GT package with very significant design features. You all know that in China from the standard GT that you can still order. In Europe it's not available anymore due to emission regulations. That's the reason why Porsche has put up the GT package on that Turbo E model. So we also have the rear wing with these blades on the side. We also have the carbon fiber roof, and most of all we have the different setup for suspension, for wheel stands, for shock absorbers, for steering, just to give the car more precision, more fun while driving. Talking about driving, why don't you join me on my first test drive and I'll tell you all that you need to know about the most powerful Porsche Cayenne ever. We're driving with a V8 engine of 4 liters of displacement and a power of more than 500 horsepower, combined with an electric motor in the drivetrain that now has 130 kilowatts, so almost 180 horsepower, and a battery that was increased in size with more than 30%, now covering 25 and something kilowatt hours, enough for almost 100 kilometers of electric drive, at least in the less powerful models. And to make more use of the electric drivetrain, the charging power has also been increased. The onboard charger now has 11 kilowatts instead of 7 point something kilowatts, so you can charge the car quicker and make more use of the electric drive. But in a Porsche, and especially in a sporty top model Porsche, it's not about efficiency and about electric, it's about emotion, and Porsche has done quite a lot of work to keep these emotions and to transfer them in the electric age. Now, one thing is the suspension and the steering, which is as sharp and as precise as you might expect it from a 911. So this is feeling like a 911, just with a little bit more weight and a higher seating position. And the other thing is the sound. If you switch with the knob at the steering wheel from the e-power mode to the hybrid mode, you don't hear anything. But if you switch further to the sports mode or even the sports plus mode, the car is roaring, people are turning their heads, and you're really in the center of the attention. You need to love that and you need to like that, but if you do so, this car really gives you the perfect stage to show off. The other new thing in the Cayenne, we already know from the base model, and the top model is also taking over it, is the new cockpit. That kind of is a carryover from the Taycan. We have the curved display behind the steering wheel, we have the touchscreen we all know next to it, but we have a new layout for the center console that now offers more space to charge your phone, that offers bigger cup holders, and that offers an air condition control center, which is pretty fancy with digital dials as well, but still some hard keys. Most important, the gear lever changed from here to up here like in the Taycan. I have to get used to it, because especially when I drive a sporty car, I really love to grab it and to have a hold on it. But nevertheless, you save some room and you have the chance to keep both hands on the wheel, which is not too bad if you're driving a car with more than 700 horsepower. Thanks for joining me on that first drive with the prototype of the new Cayenne top model. A car that is more Porsche than ever. It looks great, it drives great, it has impressive figures, and you can really show off, especially if you take the GT package. But there is another point where this car is typically Porsche when it comes to the price. It's not only the most powerful and most probably the fastest Cayenne that you can get, it's also the most expensive one. But if you buy a Porsche, you're not surprised by the price tag. Thank you, Shishye, Saitien, and goodbye.